Hey, what's up guys? John from Mongo Fishing. So this morning I'm bringing you a product review of the Booyah Melee. The Booyah Melee is basically Booyah's version of the Chatterbaits, their bladed jig. So in order to do this properly, figured I'd include, this is a half ounce. I have a half ounce original Chatterbait and a half ounce Project Z Chatterbait. So I think that this Melee has components of both of those models, and so that's why I chose both those models for the comparison video. So let's get into it. Let's start from the rear. Okay, hook size. So again, all three of these are half ounce, and so that's why I chose them this way. So hook size, it's probably about a 4/0. It's nothing too huge. Sorry about that. It's probably about a 4/0. It's pretty much the same size as a basic chatterbait hook, but it is smaller than the hook on the back of the Project Z. If you compare the two side by side, you can see what I'm talking about. There is a difference in hook size. Hopefully you can see that. But it is about the same size as the original chatterbait. Next, moving towards the head, we have the keeper. So this style keeper, the wire keeper, I really dig these. I think these things hold on to your trailer bait better than, say, the basic chatterbait's keeper. Right? I'm not a big fan of this style keeper. But you know, the Project Z has a good keeper too, but it's still not the wire keeper. So I think in this comparison with these three, this Booyah wins. Now granted, you know, there are chatterbaits that have that keeper. You know, they're really high-end one, which I can't remember what it's called right now. That one has a wire keeper too. So, you know, me personally, I dig wire keepers. I think they hold on to the bait better. Now let's get into the skirt. The skirt on this Booyah is actually pretty cool, man. I like it. I like the extra added little flash. It seems like it's pretty good quality. I fished this for an hour. I didn't have any problems with it. You know, maybe I need to trim it up just a little bit, but you know, that's a preference thing. So I dig the skirt on this. You know, it doesn't appear to be as easily interchangeable as the ones on the original Chatterbait and the Project Z. You know, all those skirts seem to come off really easy, and you can swap them out really easy. This one looks like it might be a little more difficult to swap out, but if you don't plan on swapping them out, then you know, that's good. Stay with this like this. Now up here at the head, this is where we start having some problems, and it's probably the area that you guys are probably more focused on anyway. But we have some goods and some bads, some pros and some cons. Let's go to the head itself. What kind of work? Just this whole area as a whole. It does have a different blade than these, so therefore it's going to put out a different rattle than these. That may be an advantage. It may not. I think only time will tell. Only because if the fish get used to hearing this sound, and this has a different sound, you know, maybe that's something you're going to want to key in on. And then I guess you should cover paint. The paint held up really well. There's a little bit of chipping right here at the gills, where it's kind of expected. That's where the blade is hitting. But it's an anodized blade. You don't need to worry about the blade itself. You don't need to worry about the paint chipping on the blade. That's good. So it's nice and thin. It's got that swim jig design to it, right? Very similar to the Project Z versus a short fat like the original Chatterbait. Right? This is a totally different head design, which is good and bad. I think this pulls through cover really easy, but you can't skip it. You can, but it's really difficult. It does not skip nearly as well as a flat head on the basic Chatterbait. So if I'm trying to flip this under docks, this just does not skip nearly as easily as a basic Chatterbait. If you're not into skipping your bladed jigs, then I wouldn't worry about it. But if you do like to flip them, or sorry, skip them back underneath some docks, then this is your better option than this. Another big downfall I saw was castability. This, I just could not get really long casts with it, and I think it has a lot to do with the blade design. So now this blade, that's as far back as it lays, right there, right? Probably about like a 30 to 45 degree angle. That's as far back as it lays. Forward, that's as far forward as it goes. It's about a 60 degree angle. Compare that to the original Chatterbait that lays pretty much flat and flips over. Same thing with any of their models. Lays pretty much flat and flips over. These are a lot more aerodynamic. They cast a lot farther. I was having a really difficult time because I'd throw this out there and it would helicopter down. I didn't experience any line twist per se, only fished it for an hour, but when I'm watching baits helicopter down, I start wondering how long is it going to take before I start experiencing line twist, and it adversely affect my line. So I didn't like that at all. I didn't like the fact that this helicoptered down. I wouldn't say every cast, but at least half the time. At least half the time this helicoptered down. I really don't like that at all. Price-wise, this is right around $9 on Tackle Warehouse. Comparatively, it's about the same price as a Project C. You know, the basic Chatterbait's only like $5 or whatever. So it's higher price point, but again, it's got some components that are better than this one, and it's got some things that are worse than this one. So that's about it, guys. It's not a bad buy. I'm sure I'll continue to use it, but it did not win an immediate spot in my tournament box. You know, maybe with more time fishing it, maybe I'll pick up some more bites and earn more confidence. But that's about it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's right down there. Looks like me holding a fish. If you enjoyed the video, learned something, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below. If you've used one of these and there's something I'm missing, please let me know. Maybe something that I totally missed on this, and I would love for you guys to point it out. If you have any other questions, again, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, get out of the water, be safe, and go stick some lips.